Hey, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, how's everybody doing?
And Tiny Dream Team.
Tiny Dream Team, how are you guys? We want to come to you today with one more sponsored video. We have a company that approached us just less than a month ago, and it's really interesting. We said, well, what does your product have to do with our channel and our Tiny Dream Team? And our channel is tiny houses and 50 plus living. Well, actually, when you start thinking about it, there's a lot of applications for their product. The company is Hykoont. That's Hykoont. And you can visit them at hykoont.com. We'll put that information right here in the video and in the link of the description. We'll put a link for you. They sell lots of lighting products. And one of the reasons they approached us is because of outdoor activities such as camping and things like that, where we go camping and you need some extra light and we go around our camper, our little A-frame camper. We don't have a lot of light, but they specialize in solar powered light, which is great for off-grid living, for camping, for things like that. But they have a lot of review videos of some of those items, and you can check that out on YouTube as well, but just by going to your YouTube search bar and say Hykoont, and you'll see lots of review videos on some of their solar lights. They've got really neat ones, like if you live in a rural area and you don't have the power company that comes out and puts up street lights or anything like that, they have solar powered street lights that you can use. You'll have to climb up and install it yourself, but you won't have to put any electricity to it. It's solar powered.
When you first told me about that, I didn't realize it was solar powered.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, wow, we should have got that. That would have been neat.
They gave us a couple choices of products, and the product we chose to review is their hexagonal LED lights. Now, these are not solar powered. You do plug them in. But we just thought the flexibility was really cool. Now, you see we're in our music studio, and you'll see lighting. This is a small, I think it's a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 by 16 or 12 by 15 room. And it's really difficult in here for lighting, believe it or not, because it is in our basement. It is quite soundproof, except you might hear the air conditioner running a little bit when it's hot. But we're in the basement. It's kind of soundproof in here, and it's just kind of dungeony. You get that dungeon feeling. And Tammy's put up our special photography lights so you can actually see us. So the first thing we're going to talk about, these are hexagonal. Now, what does that mean? Well, they've simplified the process to where you can buy different sizes. You can buy one hexagon. You can buy, I think, a 3. You can buy a 5. You can buy upwards of, let me take a look at the literature here. You can buy a 11 or a 14 hexagon. Now, I've already cut the package open just so I could get the instructions out. And I'm not going to use a razor knife, because if you watched our video on a bicycle, it kind of ended in disaster.
Yes.
So I just retaped this box real quick with a little piece of pull-off tape, so we know what's in here. First thing you're going to notice is it's packaged real well, and I can't show you all this the way I want to, but little piece of packing, styrofoam.
I guess.
Yep, and I'm going to tilt it forward. And there's all the items in there. Now you'll notice in this package you get a ton of what are called V connectors. It looks like there's 3, 5, 10, 13 or 14 V connectors in here.
Which are kind of like corner pieces, but to make a hexagon, it's not quite L-shaped.
Right.
So
It has to be V-shaped. And then you get a bunch of Y connectors. Now let me show you these Y connectors. There's just a Y, and we'll show you how these work in just a second. So I'm going to set these aside. I didn't count these, but let's see. There's 3, 6, 9. I think there's 11 or 12 of the Y connectors. So they're in a nice Ziploc bag. Also, additionally, that was where the instructions were packaged. They give you some zip ties, and they give you some anchors. Okay, so you got anchors for any type of wall board or anything like that you want to connect this to. I thought the zip ties, they're clear zip ties, I could hang, I've got a drop ceiling in here. It'd be nice just to hang them up with a drop ceiling. Now, according to the package contents, let me just read this for the 5 hexagon configuration. I am supposed to have 13 V connectors, 10 Y connectors. So it looks like they added a few extra just in case I break something or something like that. You also get a power cable, you get wire nuts, and you also get your hangers, your drywall hangers, your anchors and screws and things like that, and your nylon zip ties. Now, this is 144 watt, 110 input voltage. The material, it is made out of high quality PVC. The mounting is wall or ceiling mount. And the lifespan is greater than 30,000 hours. And the other thing is Hykoont. They give you the little instructions. Very simple instructions. But they give you a 2-year warranty, which is pretty good for this.
You know, we didn't show them these pieces.
Right, I forgot. You get all those tubes. How many tubes did I say you get? You
They
get
look like
25.
this. And they all join with those connectors together.
Yep.
Which side is the front? I guess this side is the front.
The white side is the front, this is the back. And your connectors just slide into here and snap in. On the back, there's a little snap lock section, and these little connectors have a little clip. You'll see this little clip above my finger. Try to show that a little better. Right here in between my 2 pointer fingers, there's a little clip, and it will snap into the back of this, like this. It's a simple push. Well, I said simple.
You didn't see what I was doing, did you?
I wasn't paying
I was
attention.
playing around. If I had enough to make an M, I would have did YMCA.
Oh, I got you. You're doing YMCA over there. Just slides on like that. I start with the front side, with the lighted side, into the bottom, and then that's clipped together. And it's not going to come out unless you put something under there. I wouldn't put a metal knife or something. You might break that plastic. But if you've got a strong fingernail, you can take it loose like that. But there we have our first piece with our Y connector on it. And that's all there is to it. You can go ahead and you can start just getting creative. Now there's 3 cylinders in here for your hot, neutral, and your ground. And you just kind of line those up inside here and slide it in. And like I say, I started with the top. I put
Like an interior plug or something.
Yeah. See how easy that is? Boom. Connected. Now, look at that.
Look how big it is. Wow.
Now, there.
That's huge.
Think about your hexagon, how big that
Just
thing is.
one is going to be huge.
One is going to be huge.
Sorry, I feel like I have cat hair.
5 might be too big for this room. 5 might. Look at that light. Now that's with just 2 hexagons and one in the middle. That's basically 2 and a 6th hexagon. How bright this room is. That is remarkable to me. And this is a paid promotion for Hykoont. And if you guys want some lighting from them, go to their website. Check out their link in the product or in this video description. And the link to this product is also in the description. And we hope you enjoy this type of content. But we may just come back on for a few brief minutes and show you the full configuration of the 5. We just wanted to do this. We didn't have any idea it's going to be almost as big as the room. I mean, I'm about a foot from there. This is almost 8 foot wide. Really cool, guys. We appreciate you watching. And stay tuned just for another minute or two. We'll show you a different configuration. Appreciate it. Thank you. I just feel like doing something goofy. But I'm not going to, because we're here to finalize our review on the Hykoont intelligent way of brightening up lives. Hex lights for your shop, garage, whatever you want. Now, doctor's offices, optometrist, ophthalmologist, dentist, your shop, your garage. Tammy even mentioned put it in your container home. Put it behind your couch. Look at the brightness of this thing. We went off camera. What did it take us, Tammy? She's back there filming. She's watching me on the monitor. Took us maybe 10 minutes to reconfigure what we had, because we had the eyeglass. We had 2 hex with a nose, what do they call them things? Nose bridge, whatever, in the middle. And we were calling them the eyeglasses. It took us maybe 10 minutes. We reconfigured into what they're supposed to be out of the box. A 5 hexagon configuration, as you can see behind me. Now, one of the bars is behind my amplifier here, which I'm sorry you don't see the whole 100% thing, but you get the idea. And we reconfigured the guitars a little bit, just to give you an idea. But we came up with more ideas. Guitar shop. Look at this. I'm not going to, but I could sell these. I could bring people into my house. This would be my guitar store. And Tammy has got a great idea off camera, and she's going to tell me what it is right now.
Oh my gosh, the best idea ever. If ITH bought these, they could light up themselves like Jesus. That would be perfect. Just saying.
Thank you for that, Tammy. Now back to our studio. Anyway, we think these are amazing. I mean, Tammy is she can't get the smile off her face. She's like, this is awesome. These are amazing. These are awesome. And we were thinking about giving these to our doctor because, like I mentioned in the first segment, this is a paid promotional video, okay? Because they give us this free. We review it, and then we get to keep the product. We don't get any additional compensation or anything other than you guys watching the review. We get a little bit of YouTube ad revenue, of course, which is the way we try to stay in business. But anyway, long story short, I think Tammy's already decided we're keeping these things because they are so cool and they're so functional. Like I showed you in the first segment, you can have just one segment, plug it in and it works. You don't even have to have the whole thing complete a circuit with all the connectors and things. Mentioning connectors, they give you 1 extra segment. They give you 2 extra Y connectors and 2 extra V connectors. You get your little drywall hangy thingies, anchors and screws. You get some zip ties if you want to suspend it from the ceiling. We were thinking we're going to suspend it from our drop ceiling, but we just didn't get that detailed because Tammy came up with this creative idea. I've got the hangers for the guitars on the wall, and it was spaced out exactly right to put it across those 2 hangers that are far from each other.
But there's one problem with it, right?
Yes.
Because it's a little bit on the heavy side. It's not very heavy.
No, it's not heavy.
It's just bulky, so it needs 1 extra support in the center.
Right
so
here
if
in
you
the center.
see that the center is slightly
sagging a little bit,
just a little tiny
you could
bit.
use a little support. You could use fishing line to hold that thing up. You can take fishing line and draw it up to the... Tammy said command strips if you don't want to damage your drywall. Now, the whole thing from furthest corner to furthest corner is 7 foot 9 inches wide, okay? So I measured it with my trusty, dusty Blaze, Bosch brand, Blaze, which is not sponsored. But it's my tape measure that all you guys tell me I need to be carrying around with these tiny houses. So anyway, it's 7 foot 9 wide. It is 5 foot 6 tall from the top beam down to the bottom. So that gives you an idea how big this booger is. So if you've got a room that's smaller than that, probably not going to work. But if your walls are 8 foot tall, you got plenty of room. Yes.
If you would like to do a good teenager room, I would think that a teenager would love to have these in the background with maybe some of their favorite posters. If they could pick out a bunch of posters and cut them out in the hexagon fashion, I think they would look really good inside as an accent.
Yeah, just think like if it was a teenage boy, like maybe 13, 14, he's into Star Wars or something like that. He could put all his, if he did.
Or put a shelf for Star Wars memorabilia inside.
Or your Lego stuff in them.
Yeah.
A shelf for your Lego creations and stuff
artwork.
in there. Anything. You can do artwork in between these hexagons, anything like that. It's just so unlimited. And that's what we want to hear from you guys. Put in the comments how creative you would get with these lights. And like I mentioned, doesn't have to complete a circuit. You could do these things like in all wonky and funky, and you could do lots of things. I mean, we talked about using a stop sign, framing that out. We talked about all kind of different ideas. We just think they're really cool. $270 for this configuration. It's a 5 hexagon configuration. They do give you 1 extra bar and 2 extra Y and 2 extra V connectors. One thing we did find that worked really nice when we disassembled it, you don't really want to take a metal knife and pry up under the little tab on the connector because you might snap it off. Not that they don't fit tight enough to where you have to have that connector, but if you're going to suspend and that connector is going to suspend any of the weight, you really want that connector in that tab, or that tab click it into the frame. But you don't really want to take a metal knife and pry up and risk breaking those little tabs. And Tammy, if you could, while I'm speaking about what we did, you could get one of those connectors, and I can maybe zoom in on that little connector to show that little tab if you can do it without knocking the camera over. But what we decided to do was use something plastic, and of course we're in our music studio, so I just used a guitar pick. It's a pretty thick guitar pick. So I just used that. It's plastic, it's not metal, it's got flexibility, so it didn't damage the connector at all. But I'm gonna dig out one of these extra connectors. It was in the box, and just kind of show you what this looks like. Again, is that clear? You have your 3 prongs where your plugs go in, and then you have this little plastic tab that connects on the back side and locks in place to give it that strength where it doesn't come apart. And this is one of the V connectors, 120 degree V connector, and you get Y connectors. And those are little tabs. And like I said, you don't want to break those little tabs. They have a little flexibility, but if you push too hard, you might just snap those. But this is heavy PVC. And you've got the connectors. That looks like a gold connector, but I'm not going to tell you it's gold. But they work really well. Your plug will go into here or one of these. And again, real easy. We found it is much easier if you look at the light. This is the light side where the LEDs are. And these are encased on both sides. But where your plug goes in is on this side. And it goes in here. Your connector also goes in there. But we found it much easier if you put your light side in first, like this, and then just sort of like that. And it's done. That's how easy it is. And taking it apart, like I said, we just used the guitar pick, slid it up under this little plastic.
Which cost you about, what, 79 cents at Guitar Center?
Yep, 79 cents at your local guitar shop. And you just slide that under there until it pops the connection. And then you just pull it right apart. See how easy that was? No problem at all. But anyway, guys, question, do we recommend this? What do you think, Tammy? Do you recommend this?
This is amazing.
She loves it. I think it's cool. I think it's just going to hang in here for right now until we decide what to do with it. It would be great in our garage if we had a clean garage, but every side of our garage has tools hanging and outdoor equipment and everything else, so we really don't have a place for this in our garage. I think it's going to work here nicely. I don't know. What do you guys think? Come up with some creative ideas. Drop it in the comments. Not telling you have to go buy this Hykoont, but we would recommend it. It's an easy product, fun to put together. Like Tammy said, if you enjoy doing Legos or puzzles, it's kind of fun. Fun to do. Just fun to play around with. Fun to get creative. And you end up with some nice lights. And guess what? They're LED. They're not incandescent. Guess what they're going to do to your power bill? Very little. And they're going to last 30,000 hours or more. Now, here's the question. It's not an e-bike. I can't ride it for 30,000 hours. Because that's a long time. How many hours is 30,000 hours? I never even thought about that question. How long is 30,000 hours? That's 1,000 years? No, 1,000 days? That's like, I don't know, 24, 20. Yeah,
I would say I wouldn't recommend them being on all night, every single night, like when you're sleeping. It's probably best just to keep them on when you're entertaining or
exactly.
when you're up, you know.
It says greater than 30,000 hours. I don't know lifespans of LED lights are typical, but I'm just going to tell you 30,000 hours translates to more than 1,000 24-hour days, which is around 3 years. So 3-year lifespan, purchase price less than $100 a year. So we love them. Think they're pretty cool. You could buy this kit, a 5 kit, and then you could just add on a 1 hexagon or one of their other kits if you wanted to. You could go big and get the 14 hexagon kit. I'd hate to know how big that booger is. You can do the math if you wanted. But
where do you purchase them at, dear?
Hykoont.com. And we're going to leave a link in our description of the video. Maybe put it along here. Sometimes we say that we're going to put a link in the video, but sometimes the product link is like an Amazon link, and Amazon says amazonproduct.com.xyzmnopz1254x ? Exclamation point, so on and so forth, and the description becomes this long. Not going to do that to you, but if it's an easy link, we'll put it in the video to buy. Not that you can click through the video. You have to go to the description anyway to click the links. But we'll put it in the product description, or the description of the video. We will have a link for you to go to their website and where you can buy this product directly. And if you're interested in getting it, go for it.
Are they on Amazon?
No, I'm pretty sure you could probably buy Hykoont on Amazon, but I want you to buy directly from the link we put in the bottom. Not that we get any money from it, but I'm going to tell you, there is going to be a special product code where you can get 15% off, I believe it is. And I'm going to put that code in the description too, and I'm going to put it right here. That's only for you people that have watched this video all the way to the end. So that's why you got to watch these videos all the way to the end, folks. If you like this type of content, you like our reviews of products, hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already. We're mostly about tiny houses and accessories for tiny houses, and we're even about the 50-plus life, getting older, and I can't see, so any lighting I can use while I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar, that's good for me. But any product or accessory that's related, we will give it a review if it's a good product. If it's not a good product, we're not going to come on here and try to tell you guys to look into it. But with that said, it's time to turn them lights down low. I'm getting ready to sing. You better turn that video off unless you want to bust some ears up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you. But if this video gets 150 likes, Tammy and I will do a video of me playing the guitar. If we get 250 likes, Tammy's going to sing. And you'll enjoy that. Thank you guys. We appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more tiny home content and maybe some more product reviews. We're working on some more as we speak. So y'all hang in there. Have a good day. And we'll see you on the next video.